Well, and welcome back to the Palace Pistons report. And we didn't made it this far, y'all. Here we is. We're gonna start this thing out with the Game 6 review and a Game 7 preview. So go ahead, y'all. History looks like it's circling, might repeat itself. But go ahead, y'all. Give me your thoughts on the last two games. If you want to start out with Game 5, and then tell me what happened in Game 6.
Well, Game 5 definitely set the tone for Game 6. I believe Detroit needed to win at home to say, okay, this is what we're capable of. And going forward to Game 6, it happened because how much they were down and how they came back wouldn't happen if they didn't set that tone in Game 5. So Game 5 was definitely important, and it led them to do what they needed to do in Game 6.
I'm gonna say this, fellas. Man, what an epic battle between two young stars in the NBA in Game Five between Paulo and Cade. Man, 45 points apiece for both players. What an amazing game to see for Game Five, man. Good thing the Pistons closed them out to win that game, but that was an epic performance by those two stars. But Game Six, man, fellas, I got a little worried after that 22-point deficit at halftime. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was over. But the Pistons showed resilience. They came back and clamped on defense and held Orlando to 19 points for the second half, man. That's what got them the dub, and that momentum changed. So that's what got them to Game 7.
Yeah, besides the jokes that y'all gave me or whatever the case may be last episode, I have to say I'm with you, Jay Reb. That 22 point took a toll on me. Um, but Detroit had one assignment. Detroit's been doing this all year long. Back against the wall, they come out swinging. They do what they got to do. Uh, it didn't help. It didn't hurt that Wagner, I can't say his name right, wasn't there to defend Kane down in the fourth quarter as they done in the previous game. So that kind of lightened the load. And then as we talked pregame and on the pre-show, Tobias Harris has been a wonder these last two games. Man, he turned back the clock a little bit and start dropping. Tobias that averages 18, 20 points a game on a regular. So yeah, they had one assignment. They did it. Game 6. Yeah, hey, they did what they were supposed to do. Now it's time to see what they're really made of. Are they a true number one seed, or did they just luck up during the season and get the number one seed? This is where they prove it today.
All right, Game 5, like Jay said, an epic matchup. K needed all them 45 points for us to win, man. So it was a clutch performance. Game 6, I was kind of nervous. I thought it was over in the first half. But they did their thing in the second half, man. They came, played like backs against the wall, so they had to win it. So good comeback, but we got to start better. But good comeback. We'll see what happened in Game 7.
Right, man. I feel like this is a comeback of historic proportions, and y'all glazing over it. So go back. I'm bouncing right back to you, Deville, and swinging back around. Tell me about that comeback, man. Like, what? How was you feeling? Like, was you about to? I start. I texted into the WTME in chat. I said, I'm about to cut this shit off. And just like every time else, Quincy is my friend, and he could attest to it. If I tweet it or if I text it, whatever the opposite I just said, it began to happen. Or if it's terrible for the Lions, usually it began to materialize. So right after I said that, I didn't cut the game off, and they went on a 31-2 run or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, go ahead, Deville. Tell me about that comeback.
So yeah, good comeback, man. I was on the same wave, man. I was like, I text in the group text too, like, yeah, it's over. I can't see them coming back. I didn't think they was gonna come back, but I didn't think they was just not going Orlando not make shots. Because they've been making shots. They was hitting threes all first half. So I'm like, ain't no way. But I say if they get it to 10 within the fourth quarter, then they had a chance of coming back. So once they did that, I knew like, oh, maybe they can win this. Did I think they was gonna win by 14? No, but crazy comeback. I'm glad I saw it too. It was a historic comeback.
Yeah, it's one of them things I'm glad I got to see.
No, they had one job. They did what they had to do, but Yeah, it was that game was historic all around. Coming back from 24 down, 23 consecutive missed shots. Oh, let's switch it up a little bit. I don't know what Jamal Mosley was thinking. 23 consecutive missed shots, and you don't do anything. You don't slap a player. You don't bench a player. You don't cuss a player out. Switch your lineup, change your ropes. 23 missed consecutive shots, and no adjustments. No adjustments. So kudos to Detroit defense because obviously they played lots of lockdown defense. I mean, it wasn't just like Orlando turned the ball over. They had some silly shots in there, but they had majority of it. I'll say 90% of their shots were contested. Shout out to Detroit basketball defense. That's what they do. But 5 and 6, man, was needed. Those games were needed, especially from Tobias. What he contributed. I think K turned out the turnovers in both of those games, and we saw a pulse from Durham in Game 6 at least. We saw a pulse from Durham. So yeah,
Fellas, I was on the phone with Caddy when it, doing halftime of this game six. I was like, man, this shit is over. I said, they are wrapped. It's over. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, man, this is over, man. They about to collapse on us. They about to
that
get
seems
beat.
like the consistency.
I said it was over. So when I saw that third quarter, how they came out and cut the lead down, I had the faith. But it was an epic comeback, man. The whole Orlando to 19 points the second half is impressive, man. So they defense started to clamp up. K started getting going. Like Q Man said earlier in the call, um, Duncan started hitting shots, man. Duncan started hitting crucial 3-point shots to get us back in that game. So it was just an
That
epic comeback,
dynamic
fellas.
backcourt.
Yeah.
Come
We
on,
gotta get
fellas,
you
come
D
give
on
it
with
Will.
up.
it.
Give
Come
it
on,
up for
come
him.
on with
Give it
it.
up.
I wasn't here. I wasn't here for the last one. Come on.
No. That's giving credit because at least he helped this time.
Definitely, definitely. But yeah, it was epic comeback, fellas. I'm gonna let you hit off Q man.
Well, it's funny because the whole flip flop has flip flopped again. Here we go. We did another. I guess you could say the series did a whole 360. I mean, it went full circle. Like Orlando was controlling this thing, and then Game 6 happened, and now I think everything had just been punched out of Orlando. Like you missed that many shots, and you had the game won. Like I I was only approaching it off the fact that when everybody was saying it was over in the group chat, I'm like, hey guys, let's just place a live bet because my Detroit Pistons won't lose by 22 points. Like, I mean, they might lose, but let's make some money, guys. Like, and they overdid it. Like, I wish I would have did plus live spread. I probably could have bet $1 and won I don't know 125. Um,
Crazy.
but yeah, that was a wild comeback. I think it set the tone for the whole playoffs now. Reason I'm still kind of iffy about it is Tobias Harris is still our second best like offensive player. I mean, and kudos to him for doing it. I give him much credit, but for us to depend on 34-year-old Tobias Harris to be our like go-to guy after Cade, I can't really, and that's the difference between this time and last time they came back 3-1. It was a whole total team effort. Right now, offensively, it's just Cade and Tobias, and that still got me moving forward. Like, yeah, we got to do some more things.
So let's go ahead and take a quick look at that box score. Like we said in Game 6, in that 93-79 comeback victory, Cade Cunningham led the Pistons with 32 points. Only had 3 assists, and he cut them turnovers down just a little bit with only 4 of them things. Tobias Harris chipped in 22 great big old points and 10 rebounds. Duncan Robinson showed a post as well. That dynamic backcourt, he chipped in and had 4 of 9 shooting from deep. Jalen Duren chipped in another 8 and 9. That's kind of been his baseline in this, and he had 5 fouls as well. But even though he only had them those numbers, I feel like he played a much better game. He also played 32 minutes in this game, so I feel like he played a much better game, even though those numbers don't show it. But we also got to see a lot of Paul Reed and Dennis Jenkins finally showed up as well. That's your boy D. Will. Let's go ahead and take a
Yeah,
look
yeah,
Orlando Magic box score. They started Pontiac Zone Jamal Kane. Was that Game 5 or whatever? Oh, no, that was Game 4 when he had that thunderous dunk on your boy Jalen.
Hmm.
But
yeah.
Paolo Banquero had a abysmal shooting Game 4 for 20. is 0 for 9 from three, and
He won't
10.
do that in Game 7. I don't think.
I sure hope he. I sure hope he will. But
I hope he
Desmond
does too. But
Desmond
we
Bain,
all hope that.
little emu arm self had chipped in 17 as well, and whatever his name, I don't know, is it whoever whatever his first name is, T, whatever T stands for, probably stands for the dumb the dumb person, but De Silva
Tristan.
had
Tristan De Silva.
uh whatever, I don't care. 10 points. He chipped in. And Anthony Black, I like Anthony Black. If somehow, some way in the offseason he's an option, Pistons might need to look at him. He pretty decent, man, but he might be in the same mode as somebody else who's not getting any tick, and that's Ron Holland. But take a quick look at these team stats. The
I think that's
Pistons,
an internal thing, like what happened with uh, what's the tall guy we were talking about at the beginning of the
Isaiah,
season? Not playing
Jonathan
Isaiah
Isaac.
Jonathan Isaacs, yeah,
Jonathan
yeah.
Isaac. I think that's an internal thing with Brian Hyden. I don't know what happened, but it seemed like it's an internal thing because he played game one and sporadically game two. Now all of a sudden he's out of the rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. But Pistons led that thing with 40% field goal. With nobody really shot that well. Pistons led it with 33% from the three as well. Shot 77% from the free throw line. Out rebounded them 52-38.
Yeah.
Orlando Magic did. They had more assists. Led it by four. They had 20. The Pistons had 8 blocks and they tied it with 11 turnovers. So, if y'all's got y'all's players cards ready, I know who had us hard this time. Deville, you want to lead us off?
Yeah, yeah. Man, good game by Asar, man. I mean, on the points, you might not see a lot of points, but he was all over the floor, man. Rebounding, block shots, crucial block shots too. Playing defense, like he was everywhere, man. And like we needed every ounce or everything he had because that kind of he was one of the people that sparked the comeback too, man. So he might
I'm
not be on the box score,
real
but
quick.
he
Do
was
you
everywhere
remember
else.
Well,
Hey, Caddy,
yeah,
Star was 22 plus 22 for that game too.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's
The up and
crazy,
over,
man.
the second highest, Duncan Robinson, plus 24.
dynamic
dynamic
backcourt.
backcourt?
For real.
Um, also something to add: 6 assists and no turnovers.
That's incredible.
That's pretty good coming from a wing as well. And which also said to get Cade off the ball more. Like they need to find a way to for somebody to have the ball in their hands and help facilitate the offense while Cade is off ball. That's something that happened a lot in the second half too. So, um, but no, I'll go. Still no sight of Ron Holland. If y'all find him, let me know. I miss him. Uh, uh, he was my friend with 20 plus minutes throughout the course of the season. Now none at all. Uh, but yeah, overall, it was still a great defensive effort. They put who they needed to put in. Paul Reed. Paul Reed came in and in only 11 minutes had what 6 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 blocks.
Yep.
Huge spark in the front court because Jalen Duran is still doing his 8 and 9 thing. So
Here's a big part of that comeback too. But D Will, we saw
yeah.
reappearing Jenkins this time. Tell us about him, man.
Ain't too much to tell about him. Either plus one, 19.7. It wasn't too much to tell about him. He did have three assists, uh, but it wasn't too much. It was a third string. He gave a third string point guard performance as a backup point guard. He gave a third string point guard performance. I still say if you're gonna get that type of stat line from him, then you need to go to Marcus Sasser because the person you really wanted to be, you came into the season thinking was gonna be your backup ball handler. Karis LeVert is a -5. He didn't give you anything either. So if you're gonna get those kind of numbers, why not try Marcus Sasser out?
All right. Do you have anything positive to say about him?
Yeah, he gave a third string. He's a plus one in the up and over. He's a plus one.
He was instrumental when they was playing well. He chipped in 7 points as well. But I get you. Go ahead, John or
I had
Viv.
Beef Stew as my guy. So Beef Stew had his worst game of the playoffs so far. He had a -8. Didn't chip any points. Didn't chip in. He had a goose egg all across the board. But I will say
That's
this.
shocking.
Yeah, it was very shocking. But he had 8 minutes. But I give JB his props. He gave Paul Reed those minutes when he see the student get going. So 10 minutes for Paul Reed, and he produced when he came in. So that was smart, a good adjustment by JB by doing that. So my guy didn't chip in, but I still think B Stu will still play well next game. We'll see how it goes. But this game, goose egg. That's it.
All right, so for game six, well, let's go for the last two games. Do y'all have a player of the game over the last two games?
Okay, cut it in for me, fellas.
Cade Cunningham, yeah, it's
Yep.
unanimous this
Okay, cut it
time.
in.
I don't know about that. Player of the game, last two games, you got to give it to you. Yeah, you got to share some with Kane, but you got to give some light to Tobias too.
Yeah, that's facts.
Consistently 20,
Yeah,
consistently back to back 20 point games,
True.
back to back.
yeah,
You got to give him some shine, bro.
Oh, for sure.
And
I'm only
yeah,
saying. Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was only saying Cade because he's been going blow for blow with Paulo. Like
Yeah.
he with Paulo being their best player, Cade like all right. Like when the first half when they only had like 13 each, Cade said, "Okay, I got to do something to separate myself from him, or between him and the rest of the team, they're gonna take it over and we out." And that's what Cade did. Like when the whole team collectively turned up the defensive intensity, Cade came out and was still like, "All right, I got to outplay him," and he did.
With all due respect, that's what Kane is supposed to do. You're mentioning the MVP stats. You're mentioned as the number one draft pick. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to eliminate the opposing player, top player. That's what you're supposed to do. Bucket for bucket against the Pablos, Shea Alexander. You're supposed to go bucket for them because that's who you are on this team. But Tobias, Tobias is known to disappear in the playoffs, and he's giving you back-to-back 20 point plus games in crucial elimination games, bro. That's why only reason why I say Tobias is because they're elimination games and back-to-back 20 point games. But you expect that from Kane. He's mentioned in the
yeah,
MVP category. He's the number one pick. He's supposed to do that, and that's not taking anything away from him because he didn't have to do it, but he's supposed to do that. That's his role. That's what you do on this team.
And Tobias is a little bit nicked up, but
yeah,
if I had a vote, I might would say, I ain't gonna say player of the game, but for sure a mention is Asur Thompson.
Yeah, I was about to say that too. Sorry, just about to say that too, Thomas. For
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, he deserves
Game
love
four,
too.
game four to me. Yeah, game four to me. Yeah, I would say K because just the way he played, we needed all them 45 points, like I said earlier. Game five, it actually was a collective. Um,
You got to flip
Duncan
flop
hit
game
some.
five and game six. Game five and game six. You got to flip flop. You said game four.
Oh, my bad, my bad. I meant game five. K when he got the 45, we needed all them 45 points. So I would say K for game five, but game six, it was collective, man, because Duncan hit some clutch shots. Asar, good defense. Cade in that fourth quarter just went crazy. He didn't want to lose. And even Paul Reed came in, like gave us some clutch shots. So it was collected. It's kind of hard to say for game six because everybody finally gave us something, but them 19 points in the fourth quarter. And I know what you're saying, D Will, like he supposed to do that, but it's so hard to do that, man. And we
On the
know he
road.
capable of doing it,
On the
but
Right.
on the
road.
Yeah.
road, yeah. But we know he capable of doing it. But for him to do that in that fourth quarter and put him on his back, like we not losing this game, that was impressive, man.
And he out there wearing that Cam Newton flak jacket. But
Yeah.
that was enough of that game six that with that epic game with that epic comeback. So here we are tied 3-3. It's looking like I said earlier, history may repeat itself. So let's go ahead. Or I let you intro it, Deville. You had a question for us earlier.
So yeah, for that game six, I had a question for the panel, man. Like, do you think the Pistons won that game? or do you think Orlando just blew it and collapsed? And if I started off, it's kind of both to me because it's like Pistons did play good defense, but for you to miss 23 straight misses, that's unheard of, man. You couldn't get a layup, you couldn't get nothing, man. That's
Free
unheard of.
throws.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so it's like it's a collapse. Like I give Detroit they props because they was playing deep. They started off K with the steal. They was playing full court. You know, they was playing good defense blocks. But man, the way you started off Orlando in that first half, hitting all them threes, and you can't make a shot, man. It to me it was both. Like it was a collapse and good defense.
Just as a joke, could it have been a full moon? Because we also saw New York do something real weird to Atlanta. But go ahead, D. Will. Did Orlando blow it, or did the Magic? Excuse me, did Orlando blow it, or did the Pistons take control of it?
23 consecutive misses. They blew it. And that goes straight to the coaching staff. I never blame coaches for losses because players are the ones out there executing. But at some point, when you see that combination you got on the floor is not hitting, it's time to start doing something different. They didn't do anything different. They stayed with the same rotation, same substitutions, same time frames of the substitutions. So yeah, they blew it. 23 consecutive misses.
Well, fellas, I'm gonna say epic collapse, man. I think Orlando collapsed. Epic collapse, man. So I think they took. I think the Pistons took their heart, man. I think they took them young boys' heart. They lost their confidence in that fourth quarter. I think it's a wrap, but it's an epic collapse for sure for Orlando and for that fan base, man. You can tell how the fans
They checked out.
took it. Oh my god, those fans in Orlando was pissed, man.
They
No,
checked
did
Yeah,
you
out.
see
man.
their faces?
Oh
Did
my
you
god,
see their faces?
they was
Did y'all
heartbroken,
did
man. They
y'all
was
see the video
heartbroken.
of my man on the escalator?
Oh
Yeah, the
yeah,
He
crash
was out
out.
there
yeah.
sounding. He
Escalator
was out there
crash out.
sounding like me.
He was
No,
Yeah.
heartbroken.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, that was funny.
Somebody sent me the link to that. I didn't see that one.
Them fans are sick, man. So I think it's an
Hey,
epic collapse at home, man. You can't lose like that at home in a closeout game like that. So this is their chance to beat us, man. In a closeout game, you can't have that happen, man. So I think it was definitely a collapse for me.
I'm a second you, J Riv, and I'm gonna bring up some. To go back to the box score for one quick second. 26-25 in the first quarter, blow for blow. Orlando went off 35-12 in the second quarter. That's when we was like, all right, good night. Like that's when it happened. Third quarter, 24-11. And I only got scared in that third quarter because I'm like, oh man, like Orlando had that quick little stretch. They started off cold. They hit two quick threes and then went to the free throw line. So I'm like, all right, well, here we go. And then 31-8 in the fourth. 31-8. As a team, y'all scored 8 points in the fourth quarter. Epic collapse. Pistons win it. Orlando lost it. It's really right there in the middle because you had that game one halftime, and then as the Pistons come back, you only score 8 points, and then the midst of that, 23 misses. Yikes!
That's
That's why you
ridiculous,
play
man.
the game. That's why you play the
Bro,
game. And it's two halves to every game. Orlando started celebrating and dancing and all that malarkey
Yeah,
a little
playing that
too
stupid
early.
song, playing that stupid song.
Right.
Hey,
So
they got a little too happy too early, and it came back to bite them in the rear end.
so if y'all can remember back that far again, after Game Five, after seeing Game Five going down 3-1, did you honestly think we would get here? Did you think we would even get to a point of a 24 point comeback of a historic
I'll be the first one to say
comeback?
no. I'll be the first one. I was the negative Nelly in the room. I was the one saying the series was over. I'll eat all my words because this was the version of the Pistons that we should have seen in game one and game two and game three, if not all first four games. So I'll be the first one to eat my words and say, yes, it was me that said the series was over, Atlanta was going to win, yada, yada, yada. No, I did not think we would be here after
We
game
we
five.
can we can only go as far as what we're seeing currently. And what we were seeing currently was not that Detroit Pistons team that won 60 games. and we seen Orlando Magic team who was just taking it over. Like, it the stage was set. I would like to say, yeah, I agree with D Will. I was like, I was preparing for the off season. But I mean, shout out to our favorite team, man. They resilient, they did it. We was kind of critical of JB. He kept them in there when they was starting to hang their heads at halftime. He kept them, coached them up, cheered them up, and they got the job done.
I'm gonna say the same thing, fellas. I like D. Will. I had the Pistons losing in five. After they lost that game four, I reversed the minute and say, hey, I had the Pistons losing in five. I thought Orlando took their momentum and took their heart after the game four. I thought it was over in five, honestly. So for them to pull this off to win these last two games in 5 and 6 is kudos to them boys. Kudos to the Pistons by doing this. But I had them losing myself.
In the fashion in which they won, too, folks. Let's not
Exactly.
forget that. In the fashion they won. 'Cause I gotta say, even though um, Orlando, the Pistons wins are blowouts. If y'all haven't noticed, the Pistons wins are blowouts. But one thing I will say is Orlando was not a typical A seed. If Orlando was healthy during the season, I swear they'd be a 4 or 5 seed. They would
Of
not
course.
have been an A seed.
Oh no, I just noticed something too looking at the box score. Kay Cunningham had 19 points in the fourth quarter. Orlando had 19 points the whole second half.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah,
Crazy.
and yeah, I was gonna say,
Hey, did y'all see that meme that they did with Bam Adebayo?
Yeah,
oh
83
yeah,
points.
yeah,
Yeah,
83 with Orlando scoring 79.
yeah.
nuts.
And
Go ahead, Kay.
I said after we did the update, I said this was gonna go to game 7. So I mean, I thought it was over though in that first half, but I will say this: if they had what's his name, Wagner, if he played, we probably been gone game 6,
Yep.
honestly. So I mean, I'm glad we get hit here game 7. I heard he ain't playing game 7 either, so we'll see how that go.
Mm. You give
Never want to
mm.
see somebody injured, but it did kind of it came at the right time for the Pistons. Never want to see a
Right,
player get injured, but it came at the right time for the Pistons.
right. It happened like that sometimes, but I mean, fuck Franz Wagner. But so we
Right.
saw what it took for him to come back and win Game 6, that big old historic comeback. So, Deville, go ahead and let us know, what will it take for the Pistons to win Game 7?
Man, like we've been saying from the get go, you have to start off with that intensity. You cannot wait until second half, man. That always like that'll be close to biting us in the butt every time because we never get a good start, man. And then K, he got to be aggressive from the get go too. Sometimes he'll start aggressive, then he'll shy away, then he'll come back and get aggressive maybe in the second half or the fourth quarter. He got to stay consistent that same way, like through the whole game for us to win. And then we got to do our rotation like we did. Get Paul Reed, get him some burn. He come in. Duncan got to hit his threes, and Tobias got to do what he been doing. Give us
All
20
right,
plus.
all right. Leave some for everybody else. Go ahead, Quincy. What
All
will
right.
it what will it take for the Pistons to win Game 7?
JB Bickerstaff got to illustrate to the team that this is game 7, but as soon as tip off happens, it's the fourth quarter. It's the fourth quarter, and you're down. You got to punch them in the mouth. You got to fight, and you got to pretend that after the first quarter, it ain't no tomorrow. That's how bad you got to punch them in the mouth coming right out the gate. So, yeah, you do that. I see a comfortable win at home.
Don't say that too loud. Stu might hear you.
I'm gonna piggyback what Q Man and Caddy said, man. Just start off kind of hot this game. Get the crowd behind you, man. This game stuff, get the crowd behind you in Detroit. You're gonna have the fans behind you. So if you start off hot against Orlando and put them away early, Orlando not a good comeback team because they don't shoot that well. So once you put them away early in this game, it's gonna be a blowout. So if the Pistons start kind of hot and do their thing early, there's no way Orlando's gonna come back and beat us at home in the Game 7. So they start off the game early, start off good. You got this win easy in the bag, honestly, fellas.
This is the reason why you won 60 games to have this game and any other game 7 that you're gonna have in this building with that crowd being that emotional. You got a chance to make history again. You got to come out like everybody's been saying. You got to come out with the same intensity that you held them to 19 points in the second half. You got to play 48 minutes with that intensity. It'd be beautiful if you could hold them to 19 and 19. It'd be beautiful if you could play that type of defense. We know they're going to have spurts, but you're going to have to ride. You're going to have to control your emotions, and you're going to have to play the type of basketball that held
Poise.
them to 19 points in in the second half. If you do that, I say the best. I say the best players will be playing the fourth quarter. If they do that and they concentrate, I say the bench players will be playing fourth quarter. But I don't expect it to go that way. I expect it to be a dogfight. Orlando feels like they can beat this team. They feel like they can beat this team in LCA. So they're gonna have to play that 48 minutes consistently and eliminate those turnovers like you did in Game Six, the second half of Game Six. You don't need K to put you. You got to play it to where K don't have to put his cape on in the fourth quarter. You got to give that man a break. That man's exhausted. He ain't gonna have nothing left for the second round.
Tobias Harris too.
Right.
And you got to
But
guard that 3-point line, man. They killed us that first half in threes. That's why they had that big lead.
I
So
will say this. What I will say is, for every miss that you have, you gotta pretend that if Orlando go down and score on you, that's another blow. Every miss 3-point shot or whatever, like you gotta have that transition defense and say, okay, you're not about to score. Like you gotta like punch Orlando in the mouth out the gates.
Yeah,
all
I'm
right.
sorry.
So real quick, we've always talked. Well, we this series has been we've seen all types of memes and all types of stuff with him on the with this guy on the milk cart, well, milk carton. Sorry. So Q Main, start us out. Will Game Seven be the return of Jalen Duran?
I say he'll have his best game this series. I don't think we'll still see the same Jalen Duran that we've seen before. He'll have his best game of the series, though. I say.
I feel the same with Q man this year. I think Jalen Dorn will probably play better in the closeout game for Game Seven at home, but he haven't had a good series. This matchup is not good for him, honestly. But I think he have a better game than he had before.
No, no, no.
Damn.
We not gonna see him. This 6 games, the same Jalen Duran, man. He just not a good match for this Orlando team. Maybe next round if we make it, but no, I think we're gonna get the same Jalen Duran this Game 7.
He'll give you a double double this game, and he will have multiple blocks. This is the maturity. This is the maturity. Everybody talking about Detroit grew. Everybody learned from last series with New York and yada yada yada. Now's the time to prove what have you learned. And I believe, making his first All Star, it wasn't a fluke. So I believe something's gonna pop today, and he'll give a double double with multiple blocks.
10 and
Well,
10.
I'm the only one with faith. I'm gonna say that we will see the return of Jalen Duran, and I don't know exactly what that means, but I'm gonna say 20 plus board. I mean, excuse me, 20 plus points.
Mm.
12 is 13 is 14 is 15 is rebounds. If they win, if they lose, then I don't know what the hell gonna happen. But if it's in a win, I'm going with that. And since I'm the only one who picked that, if it come to fruition, I want all y'all put in $3 and get me a sandwich. But
But
but let's go ahead and look at that betting odds. For the they got what is it? Was that a 8.5 point? What's it called? An 8.5 point uh
Spread.
spread
Spread,
for
spread.
yeah,
the
yeah.
Pistons. It's looking like it's better. I don't know which y'all tell me if it's better money on the over or the under. And it looks like it's plus money and for Orlando, and of course it will be because it's a big Game 7 on the road for them. But go ahead, whoever wants to tell or whoever wants to start out, let us know which one of those you're taking, and is it better money on the over or the under?
It's looking like it's better money on the over, and I'm taking that Pistons 8.5 spread. I think they're gonna win comfortably by 9 or more.
I'm with you, Q man. I'm the same way. I'm taking an 8.5 point spread. I don't fool over and unders like that because I always lose. I bet over unders, but I take the
Yeah.
spread on 8.5 though for sure for the Pistons winning tonight.
They did lower the over under to 200,
Okay.
201 and a half. It
Okay.
was like 214, 215 throughout the series.
I got to feel Atlanta will score like 75 points again, though, man. I got to feel they're going to get whomped and they ain't going to better score tonight. So I think I'll go under if I had to bet today. I'll go to under.
If the Orlando Magic scores 75 points, John, I buy you a sandwich.
Yeah,
I don't. I don't.
I'll
Go
probably
ahead.
take
Go
that
ahead.
spread, that 8.5 spread. It's gonna be at home, LCA. The crowd gonna be going crazy, and I think Magic, man. I think they got their heart taken away with that comeback, man. So I think they gonna try super hard to win, and it's gonna mess them up. So I think we might get a blowout today from the Pistons.
I'm gonna follow the majority. I don't really do all the gambling thing. I'm gonna follow the majority. I'm gonna take the over. Uh, but like I said before previously, the emotion. But Orlando does have that thought possibility that they could beat beat Detroit, the LCA. So it may be a dogfight.
Word. So usually we wrap it up with score predictions and things like that. We ain't doing it that way this time, since it's looks like this is a time for history. We talked about it in the very first show, I believe. The playoff history between these two, with the Orlando Magic coming back. I mean, excuse me, with the Detroit Pistons coming back from a 3-1 hole. So go ahead around the horn. Will history repeat itself? Do the Detroit Pistons win tonight and come back, or and complete the comeback from 3-1 against Orlando Magic? Caddy, let us know.
Yeah, I think they win tonight, come back from the 3-1 lead. But it do make me a little nervous on what Pistons play team we gonna get. But I think they do win tonight and end the series.
Oh yeah, you know I'm going Detroit. If
Uh,
they did this, like I said, they 3-1. I was the one that brought up the 3-1 scenario in the first place. So although Paulo did not say it feels good to get out of the first round, you know, it's still that history. So 3-1 comeback complete tonight.
I'm gonna say this, fellas, that the crowd and momentum is in our favor. So I think it's gonna be easy closeout game for the Pistons. That crowd gonna be electrifying Detroit today. So I think the Pistons close out pretty easy this game. Unless Orlando come out with fire early in this game and keep it close, but I think it's a blowout, honestly.
yeah, Pistons know what they're facing and that, they still want to be on the right side of history. So they going to come out, like I said, how they going to come out and just go blow for blow and throw haymakers. And yeah, it's going to be a comfortable win.
Well,
Hopefully.
let's
Hopefully.
let's see how it goes. Shall it be a comfortable win or a dogfight? I'm kind of thinking it's gonna be somewhere in the middle. I think it might be tight, and then maybe they run away with it toward the end. Before we leave, go ahead and hop down in the comments. Let us know what y'all think. Hit that like button out the door, and we'll see y'all in the next one.
Let's take a look at the Pistons' upcoming schedule. There aren't many